Hello everyone, and welcome to another Elite Dangerous Odyssey video. I'm Commander Gadnock, and I'm happy to say that I finally unlocked Oden Geiger, the last elusive engineer in a long chain of mat trading and grinding. Don't worry, this isn't a flex video, but instead I'm taking the hours of time I've invested in modifying my Odyssey gear to make a short guide about the best suit mods, which ones to apply to your suits and which ones not to, and my personal ultimate G5 suit loadouts. Let's go meet the man and get right into it.
Welcome, friend. It's always an honor to have a commander visit my home. Seeing your equipment reminds me of my own adventures many years ago. Perhaps one day we can exchange anecdotes. But for now, I'm certain you would like to browse my designs.
Yeah, it looks like you've been waiting for centuries. And good thing, too. As you can see, Oden Geiger carries some of the most exclusive mods in the game. You're gonna need him if you want to put scope on any of your weapons, and improve battery capacity and night vision on your suits. Extra battery is the most OP and useful mod that you should put on all three of your suits, and I'll explain why shortly. I had gotten a head start on two of my suits by buying a pre-modified Maverick with improved battery capacity already installed, and a Dominator with the extra ammo and damage resistance. The Maverick shown on screen is now the ideal design for settlement scavenging, and a multitude of other mission activities. Extra backpack will double your capacity for items and data and is crucial for mat farming, while the improved battery drains so slowly you'll rarely have to use an energy cell. You can't really argue with night vision, but I've chosen improved jump assist over the sprint duration mod, and my reason for this is simple. When on foot, you'll get into the habit of sprinting everywhere and then using your jump assist at the end of your sprint to sort of boost yourself forward and improve the jump height. Seeing as the Maverick Suit's jump assist is basic at best, improving it allows you to reach any rooftop with ease, and lets you float to the high ground on low-G planets. You're better off using increased sprint duration on an Artemis Suit, in which you'll be running long distances between scanning biologicals, and you can also switch to the suit for quicker mobility around stations. Take it from someone who spent hundreds of hours in a Maverick Suit, this is the ultimate G5 loadout you're going to want to engineer. Okay, so let's further the argument for using improved battery capacity on all three of your suits. The description reads that it increases the energy capacity of the suit battery by 50% and can only be applied by Oden Geiger. Being locked behind one of the final engineers only increases its value and makes it worth holding out for. I'm excluding Wellington Beck at this time since settlement defense plan drop rates seem to be bugged. The reduced battery drain is extremely noticeable, and it's also sort of a 3-in-1 modification. By that, I mean it renders the increased air reserve and the reduced tool battery consumption mods pretty much useless and unnecessary, since a bigger battery already means more use out of your tools, and never running out to need the air reserve in the first place. You'll find that with this mod, your exploring and scavenging will be carefree, and it's the most useful when applied to the Dominator Suit, whose battery is notoriously quick draining in CZs. Dominator Suits are arguably the most versatile when it comes to engineering. In my opinion, shown here is the optimal loadout for CZs and combat tanking, since each mod has a unique improvement to the suit. Extra ammo means fewer refills, and extra battery equals fewer recharges. Although at G5 and with the mod, your max battery will only be 15 megawatts, but I found it still helps balance your trips to the recharge post, cutting them in half. And with two more combat-focused mods in the form of damage resist and faster shield regen, you'll be reducing damage by 10% on all resistances, and improving shield regen by 25%. Combine these four mods, and you'll be making over 10 million in combat bonds every high-threat CZ, and that's pretty good for a day's work. All that being said, your Dominator Suit should be modded specifically to your gameplay style. I highly suggest this loadout if you want to be a Terminator, but you can also engineer yourself to be a stealthy ninja, a scout, or even a loadout just for using the plasma sniper. Experiment with the material helper to find what works best for you. As an example, I plan to work on a stealth build for my next Dominator Suit. The four mods I'll be choosing at G5 are combat movement speed, quieter footsteps, improved battery, and night vision. Alright, moving on to the Artemis Suit. I won't cover it much since mine is G4, but you can be sure the final modification on it will be night vision. The most important thing to remember when engineering your Artemis is that you're not meant to be interacting with NPCs or doing combat while wearing it, so any mods that are combat focused or improve interactions are completely unnecessary. Don't add them. It has the best stock jump assist of all the suits, so buffing it further will allow you to fly around. However, If you're satisfied with the existing jump capabilities, reduced tool battery consumption is indeed a very good option for any deep space exobiologist. As mentioned before, you'll be running around a lot and need all the battery you can get, so don't waste a slot on oxygen reserve. 3 energy cell slots will have you covered. Now I realize this might be a lot to take in, or it could be all making complete sense to you. So in the last part of my video, I'd like to move back to the material helper and examine every available suit mod. Let's get an overview of what they all do and which suits each apply to. Added melee damage will improve your damage dealt by fists and weapon strikes by 150%. It's available from one of the first engineers, Jude Navarro, and should only be applied to a Dominator suit. You will not be meleeing these bullet spongy targets nearly often enough for this mod to be useful. Combat movement speed removes the movement penalty while aiming down sights by 100%. You will need to unlock Terra Velasquez or Yarden Bond to apply it, and it should only be used on Maverick and Dominator Suit loadouts. Again, I plan to apply this mod to my second Dominator for quick stealthy kills. Damage resistance increases protection against certain damage types by 10%. The higher your resistance is, the lower the damage reduction will be. You just need Jude Navarro to unlock it, and it should be applied to a Maverick or Dominator suit, but mainly a Dominator. Enhanced tracking increases range and speed of the suit's basic scan function. It can be found at one of the first engineers, Domino Green, and should only ever be applied to a Maverick suit, although I do not see any use for this mod whatsoever. This ranks in as most useless suit mod in the game. Extra ammo capacity allows more ammo to be carried for each weapon. Pretty self-explanatory, but it increases the capacity by 50%. You can get it from Jude Navarro or Kit Fowler, and it should be used on Dominator suits only. Extra backpack capacity grants increased inventory and consumable capacity. This is by 100%, meaning your inventory and consumables are doubled. You can get this mod from Domino Green, and it should only be used on a Maverick suit. Faster shield regen speeds up personal shield regeneration rate by 25%. You will need to unlock Kit Fowler to get this mod, and it should be used on a Maverick or a Dominator suit, but preferably whichever suit you use the most for combat. Improved battery capacity increases energy capacity of the suit battery by 50%. It's crucial to unlock Oden Geiger for this mod, and as I've argued previously, it's applicable to all 3 suits. The order of priority for this mod would be Dominator, Maverick, and then Artemis. Improved jump assist increases thrust duration and recharge rate while reducing energy consumption. Another of the first engineers, Hero Ferrari, will have this mod, and it as well can be applied to all 3 suits. The Dominator suit has the worst jump assist by far, so this mod ends up being a choice of personal preference. Increased air reserve extends life support operation time once suit energy is depleted. Hero Ferrari will supply this mod, but I suggest only the most careful of commanders apply this to one of their Artemis suits. The battery capacity mod renders it unnecessary. Increased sprint duration optimizes suit articulation, resulting in increased sprint capabilities. In other words, you can run for twice as long. Hero Ferrari and Terra Velasquez will have this mod, and it should be applied to an Artemis or a Maverick suit. Night vision. Well, it adds night vision capabilities to your suit. Unlocking Oden Geiger is again essential for this mod. You'll be wanting to put this handy mod on your Maverick and Artemis suits, and of course some Dominator loadouts will be happy to receive it as well. Quieter footsteps dampens the sound generated by suit steps. You need to unlock Yarden Bond to get this mod, and it's applicable to both Dominator and Maverick stealth builds. Last, and kind of one of the least, is reduced tool battery consumption. It reduces the energy consumption of certain suit tool functions by 50%. Domino Green will give you this mod, and it should really only be applied to Artemis and Maverick suits. Combined with improved battery capacity, and you can turn both of those suits into energy consumption gurus. Well, that's all for my ultimate G5 suit loadouts and Odyssey engineering tips. Thank you for watching to the end, and I hope you found all this informative. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll consider making more like this in the future. Thanks again, 07, and bye for now.